Wi-Fi isn't working. That's a shame. Yeah, I don't know how to solve that problem. Libby, could you turn the camera a little bit so we see your actual face, and Portia the same, like I asked you last week. All of you guys, thank you very much.
Start. So wait, I would like to share my PDF.
Yeah.
Somehow is not appears. Wait. I'll check. I think I might close some tab first.
Or you can send it to me and then I can present.
Okay, wait.
That's also possible.
Got it. Yes. Okay. So you see it?
Yes, we can see it clearly.
Okay, nice. So yeah, here we go. This is my presentation. So thank you so much, Pak Didi, for inviting me to share about my environmental startup. So yeah, this is about Urban Biologist Bali. I hope you guys ever heard about this because we've been started since 2019. So in this opportunity, I would like to tell you more about the Urban Compost project and the background and the Urban Compost model, and also the most interesting is the biology aspect of the composting, and maybe share things that you can learn from this movement. So yeah, Urban Biologist Bali. So I can tell this. It is a. I'll just zoom it first. Full screen. Okay. So Urban Biologist Bali is a environmental startup that concern to 4 division. So we focus on waste, pest, biodiversity, and carbon projects. So I could say we have 4 big projects, but until now we only have 2 projects that already been running very well, which is the Urban Compost, representing the waste program, and the Urban Mosquito, representing the pest program. So for today, I would like to be more focused on Urban Compost. So, but yeah, or you guys still can ask something about the other project later at the end session. So let me tell you a bit about the background. So me myself was born in Bali. My name is Buya, and I have some working experience before the urban compost or the urban biologist was born. So I was working with BC Ebeng, PT Mantra, Project Linwatu, Montessori School, and Begawan Foundation. So I could say because of this career path brings me into making the environmental startup. So during working on this company, I'm not only getting experience, but also see problems. Mostly when I work at PT Mantra and Project Clean Ulutu. So I saw problems, especially in waste management. So my opinion, waste management is in Indonesia or in Bali are not really good. So, and I think it's happened in all of Indonesia. So, uh, and also I got a chance when I have a friend has a piece of land that he really support and wants to share the land. That brings me a small project, which the project means to get compostable material from people and turns into nutritious compost. That's how the Urban Compost was born. It was 2019, just before pandemic attack. So yeah, it's been more than 2 years until now. So by build this company, I have a chance to implementing my knowledge into a practical solution and also provide a community service for everyone. So that is how Urban Biologist was born, especially for urban compost. So yeah, urban compost is a responsible waste management. So we should be part of waste management for everyone or every sector, every company, because we have specification to collect the organic waste, which is usually take more than 60% of waste produced by everyone. So urban compost mean to promote waste separation because we provide the collecting unit, which is this nice white bucket. We provide waste collection in very fixed regular schedule, and we also perform a very proper composting process at our management. And yeah, most or the best part of this movement is this a profitable movement. So it's a business. So we would like to share to everyone that we can make a business in environmental field. So I hope after running this business, we get profit and the profit will make this sustainable. Yeah, that's different with the other movement because most of them based on donation, based on sponsorship, which somehow they will not sustainable because at some point the donator or the sponsor stop supporting them. Yeah, this is the urban compost model. So for everyone who wants to join this cause, join urban compost, they have to sign up, fill up their details, address, very basic, so we can get in touch together. Once we get signed up, and then they uh, complete the payment, and then we will bring the bucket or bag, depend on their request, and then they can fill their organic into the bucket, and once a week we come to collect the bucket and swap with the new empty one, and after a month they get the finished compost. So that's the very simple model for urban compost. We provide the collection, provide the pickup, and give the finished result. And why is urban compost, or maybe I can say why we should do compost at every sector? The answer is because composting keeps the food waste out of the landfill. That's the most important thing of making compost, because the material that we collect every week is something like food scrap and garden trimmings, which is in general can call as organic waste. And if it stay in landfill, it will produce gas like methane, which is bad for the earth. So making compost or doing composting will keep that things out of landfill, and yeah, of course will stop the producing of the greenhouse gases. Composting also is the true recycle. I could say that because 100% of the material are back to the earth. If you maybe know about the convention recycle. There's always a residue. So I mean, it's different because in composting, all part of the organic waste will become compost eventually. And the other things is, yeah, this the urban compost model is clearly giving the reason why we do waste separation. So this is a issue for everyone, that government and other stakeholder always encourage people, hey, you guys, please waste your separate your waste. But most people still don't have an idea why we should do that. So by doing this, we give a clear reason. This is why you should separate your waste. The composting itself empowers the local farmers because we not only manage our composting facility ourselves, but also we, for example, in Sanur, we collaborate with local farmer or local grower. So we bring that compostable material to the farmer, and we can share the compost with him. So that will give a chance to the farmer to get more nutritious material. And lastly, composting is exhibiting the circular economy model community. So the circular community, that we get the waste and turn it into valuable material and then keep it on circles. That's the circular economy model. Yeah, this is the compost. So the on the left side you see the raw material, and on the right side is a finished compost. So yeah, you won't be believe that the raw material is look like this and the finished compost is look like this. So it's something magical with making compost that you can feel when you experience making compost. It's really nice experience and really nice activity, to be honest. So yeah, I would like to tell you that compost is a decomposed organic matter, which through biological process in which microorganisms convert it into a soil-like material. So the key of this to be happen is the microorganism. This is the scientist part of making compost. Actually, we take care of the microorganism into this organic waste pile. So they works by by through biological process. We provide with the nitrogen and carbon rich materials, and then it turns into soil like material like this. Yeah, as I said before, microorganism is the main player in breaking down the organic matter. So I'm talking about the microbes, fungi, and mostly the larval stage of the beneficial insects. They are together on the pile, breaking down that material. So at the end, they will look like, yeah, this compost. So this is the make difference between the compost and the fertilizer. Compost contain 100 or maybe billion microorganisms on it. Even in a finished stage, they still contain million of microbes, the good microbes on the soil. Yeah, this is the benefit of compost. If you have compost at your garden, it will enhance your soil structure. So at Canggu especially, place where we mostly spend, so the soil is not really good, to be honest. You can see when it's raining season, it's too wet and like muddy, and when it's dry season, it's too dry and make a not really good. So the soil soon look like that if it has compost on the top or mix it. So if you have compost, you can enhance your soil structure. Also, the compost works by binding most nutrient and release that element slowly. And by doing that, the compost also bind the toxic element by the chemical process. So that's also fix the soil or soil rehabilitation. And the best benefit of the compost is the improved soil biodiversity. So in the handful of soil with compost, there would be billion of microorganisms. So, for example, soil with earthworm like this can be said as a good soil. So the compost will bring that biodiversity back to the earth. So yeah, this is about how to start compost. Actually, making compost is very simple. Everyone can do that. There is no specific recipe. It's not a super science. So I can say all you need is yeah. Let's talk one by one. So you need open space. The ingredient is like carbon, nitrogen, water, and air. So carbon, what I mean in carbon is the things that rich in carbon or more carbon content on it. So for example, branches, wood chipping, dry leaf. Yeah, you can find out what type of material that contain more carbon than the other. And number two is nitrogen. So it's a bit more complicated, but if you say this kind of organic waste which is wet and fresh, they may be higher nitrogen than the other elements. So actually it's practical and easy to understand which material that contain more nitrogen or contain more carbon on it. And yeah, water and air. So when you be able to put them in generous portion, that will cook very well. So you need like 4 carbon to 1 nitrogen at every pile, which you can put it on level. So that will be great pile. And what you need to do is turn and mix the pile regularly and water it to keep it moisture. So turn and mix the pile is the part that many composters are skip because yeah, this a labor intensive activity. But you don't have to be daily activity. I mean, you don't have to do this every day. It can be done like every maybe once a week. That would be enough. And then after say 3 months or 4 months, it will become black, and you won't realize the initial form of materials. It's time to sieve the compost so you get the 100% finished fine compost, while the bigger part of the material can be tossed back to the first pile. Actually, I would be happy to talk more about the composting process with you guys when you visit my facility, maybe in a week or in a month. So let's talk more about the composting process later. So back to the urban compost. So as I said, this is a environmental business. So we should know what is the market. This is the most interesting because the market is every sector that produce organic waste, which is everyone. And every sector like restaurant, hotel, cafe, eatery, official, and they must be very well manage their organic, maybe by follow up the regulation or by they by themselves. They have to manage their organic waste properly. So this is a very profitable and really good business model, to be honest. Yeah, this is the specific things that makes urban compost different. So yeah, actually this movement is not really popular because many people still compare with the regular trash picker. So if we compare with that, we provide nice clean bucket. So this is an icon of urban compost, the bucket with the lid, very nice, and without plastic bag in it. So with this bag, with this bucket, you will have a specific space for collecting your food scrap in it. Also, we do pickup collection with small, nice vehicle like this three-wheeler. So the idea is we want to make it attractive for everyone, not like when you see the dump truck around your residence. So everyone happy to see this coming around. And the price, I would say, is a reasonable price. We base the price based on the location. For example, for the community who close within 5 kilometers to the center, will have a cheaper price than the one who live out of the 5 kilometers. Also, the volume and the pickup frequency would affect the price they have to pay to urban compost. So we would like to make it uh, very simple, but yeah, must be fair for everyone. And this is how supposed to be the waste management. We cannot like make it a general price, like say 100,000 for everyone, for the one who give a ton of trash and the one who give only less than 1 kilos of trash. So it can be like that. And number four is what makes urban compost different is you give waste and you get the compost. It's something like magic. Imagine you give us your seed, your trash, and you get back as a very nice compost, which is you can apply it to your garden and feed your plant with compost. So that's things that makes urban compost different. And this part is about current achievement. So yeah, even small step we made, we need to know uh, what we have achieved. So every step is counted. So like I said, since June 2019 until now, we have now 300 more subscribers. This number may be small, but considering the effort I have made, so this is a very big step. And by 300 subscribers, they make us alive. We make 35 million revenue per month, and uh, yeah, it is just less than 5% of market we have achieved so far. So to be honest, yes, we need a lot to do, more effort to make it more grow. But the things I can say, we have made a impact. Say we have made 2020 ton of compost from 1,500 meter cubic food scrap have been delivered up. So yeah, this is something that for you guys can make. So count every, like record every data you have, so you know what your impact and what your achievement. Yeah, this is the team. This is actually initial team. When we start this movement, so we have 5% and with me so six, but now we are grow. We have 5% in the field, actually six now, and also some guys already work on the table. So Andika and Saras now focus behind the farm or maybe in the room and with me as well. So we have 6% in the field now. And yeah, they are young, they are local Balinese and really motivated to work for the planet. This is the illustration of the bucket. So this is kind of the bucket type for the restaurant or the bigger, uh, for example, for the office, company, the big community. All the bucket come with a lid, so everyone shouldn't be worried about the smell, about the disturbance may come when we keep the food scrap inside, because as long as the lid is closed very well, they won't make that problem. And this is the bucket type for the household. So uh, in my experience, this small nice bucket can accommodate a food scrap from 3 adults, but yeah, cook occasionally, not everyday cook. So this is a really nice bucket actually. Yeah, this is the same picture as before, the three-wheeler. So it double close when these three wheelers around your area, it won't smell and it will make air contamination for sure, because we seal the food scrap in the bucket and keep it inside this coverage of the truck. And yeah, this is the situation of the composting facility. uh, there is no high machinery or modern things. We just make it as simple. And actually, yeah, we have a cheaper machine like a hammer mill to make it the material smaller. But what the most you can see on the facility is like multiple pile of compost like this. And when you visit here, you will be surprised because there's no smell at all. So that's the things we need to commit. We need to do very proper composting process. So if you do so, there will be no smell uh, comes from the pile. Yeah, this is the finished product look like. They will look like a soil, but not sticky when you squeeze it, and smell very nice. I mean, it's like earthy smell. So yeah, I bet you guys will love the smell of the compost. And yeah, the sign when the compost is finished is the not getting hot, and it looked like soil, so you won't be realize what was the initial form of this material. Yeah, it's a gallery of our activity. So we connect people, we communicate with people every day regarding the pickup mostly, and also regarding the other activity of urban compost. So this is very nice journey to do this. Yeah, this is my message for you guys. So I'm a biologist, so, and I think everyone in the future soon only think about the money, think about the profit itself. All you need is to make it balance between economy and ecology. Or the other words, yeah, we need to care about the mother earth. So do not put profit over the others. Make everything balance, and you will get profit more than you expected. This is my contact, so everyone can feel free to contact me. This is my WhatsApp. So yeah, that's it. So if you guys have any question, please do not hesitate to contact me. Okay, Pak Didi.
Sir, you're muted.
Right. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, I muted myself. Thank you so much for this presentation, Pak, and it was very clear from beginning to end. I wrote some things down that I learned that I didn't know about. But I would like to ask the students if they have any questions to ask you.
Yeah, please.
How far does the three-wheeler go? Like, where do you like, what are like your furthest like customers or
Sorry, who was that?
me, Jaden.
Oh yeah, Jadon. Hey, Jadon.
Yeah. So the question is, what was your customers? How far away is your furthest customer?
Okay, I see. So at the moment, Urban Compost has 3 batches of operation zone. We have one in Canggu, one in Sanur, and one in Bukit area. So we said we can operate to within 10 kilometers from the center of every area. So yeah, we have specific maps, and say for example from our facility in Canggu, in Buduk actually, we still can reach the area of Seminyak. So you guys hopefully can imagine how far is that. So yeah, but yeah, there must be exception. For example, for the restaurant, we uh, we can collect from 1 or 2 restaurants from Kuta, which is the material bring to Bukit. So this a bit over to 10 kilometers, but yeah, sometimes we have to do so, but not in general. The point is we need to make a very efficient cost for transportation. So because in one day, in one road, we may cover area like almost 100 kilometers, and it will cost a lot of fuel. And because this is an environmental movement, we need to consider about that. That's why we need to make every area has their own composting facility. Okay, I hope this answering your question.
For quality of soil,
Yeah.
you said that Canggu was like essentially like the worst, but would you like say the Bukit and Sanur are any different?
Yeah, well, actually, I observed some part of soil in Canggu, but I haven't made a conclusion to say so. So yeah, some part of soil in Canggu is not good. That's basically because in the past they use chemical and pesticide to grow their rice. They grow, but the soil condition in Sanur and Bukit are different with to in Canggu, especially in Bukit, because I can say soil in Bukit is consists more of limestone below. So like maybe only in average 20 centimeter deep is a good soil, and then the down beneath is a limestone. That make the soil condition in Bukit is not good. But I can say a lot about the soil in Sanur, but I guess because of less farm activity, there must be a different condition between Sanur and Canggu. But yeah, that need uh, further study, of course, to find out about that.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I have a question, Pak Buya.
yeah,
What I like is that you start a business and the aim is to make money, but at the same time you want to be environmentally conscious. So you're not dependent on donations. And I think that's it sounds like a solid business plan. How the future will go, nobody knows, but it sounds more realistic than keeping your hand out the whole time. Um, do you know of stories where, because I've only been in Bali for 2 months, maybe 3 months, and already I know that the Bali is filled with organizations that are doing good and helping the environment, the ocean, plastic reduction, dogs, etc. Can you tell us, do you know of these I don't know, are they organizations? Yeah, there are organizations that are maybe because they depend on donations, so they cannot be as honest as they need to be, because if they are honest, then they will bite the hand that feeds them.
yeah, yeah. That's true. So actually, I would like to tell you a short story. So in my past experience, I was working with Project Clean Uluwatu. Is a organization that is supported by many big business in Bali. So it is a non-profit organization. So the aim is to provide the good waste management for local Suluban community in South Bali in Uluwatu. And yeah, there's a big money involved on that project because yeah, they have a big donator. So at the beginning, there's no problem with fund. So everything can run smoothly. But the things that they forgot is during the process, they must be a part that something is not run well as they expected. And this make the donator or the supporter don't like it, or yeah, and any technical problem can make at the end supporter keep away and stop donating the program. And the people who involved with the program already feel that it was free. It was a very rich man behind it. Why we should contribute some money on it? And at the end, the project is gone. So that's the things that I learned. Something about protecting environment is a everyone responsibility. That's why everyone need to contribute with, yeah, for example, very simple as with money, or at least uh yeah, uh they need to do the right thing.
Yes, I understand, but also I mean, there are many people that don't have money, so they cannot contribute money. But what can they contribute then?
Yeah, yes, we must be talking about the very hard people, because even with Urban Compost, I only charge 50,000 rupiah. So I couldn't say people cannot contribute with that amount per month. So it's very cheap, very small action, but big impact. But yeah, maybe in some part of Bali, which people really need support from rich people, yeah, they need to make a good program. So they cannot support it all the time, but yeah, they can support at the beginning. But uh, they must speak to the people who they work with to say, hey, we just support you until 6 months, and then after that people need to be dependent, not dependent, independent.
Yeah,
So that because it's gonna raise their responsibility.
okay.
That's
Thank you.
happening in my people when rich people yeah provide everything with save for money and or facility. People become lazy and it's not good.
Yeah, very true.
Yeah.
Any other questions? Nice one, Nathan. Adi, do you have a question? Pablo?
You can also ask for anything instead of composting because we also have a mosquito management project. We also have a urban biodiversity project, even though it's not running yet. But we have a. I would like to share idea.
Yes, so tell us about the mosquito project briefly, because I know you have other things to do also, but
Sure.
I'm curious about that.
So we provide the mosquito management service for community. The objective is to prevent the explosion of the chemical pesticide mainly come from fogging
Yeah.
because the fogging itself uh, fail to control the mosquito, and in fact they give a really bad effect for the other beneficial insect. So in the mosquito management service we aim to provide uh, the environmental friendly approach to control mosquito. We don't apply any chemical and we don't even perform any spray or fogging activity on that. So yeah, very traditional method but works very well. Maybe you guys know how the life cycle of mosquito. They start from larvae, which is live in the stagnant water. So the stagnant water with the larvae is the part that we can control very easy. That's simple, but that's true. So yeah, that's the mosquito uh, treatment we do.
So you solve the problem at the early stage. You remove the stagnant water, maybe, or you put fish in the pond so that the fish can eat the larvae, etc.
Something like that. Yeah, that's depend on the case. For example, the stagnant water come from the water pot, water
Yep.
plants
Yep.
cannot be removed. But the stagnant water come from the trash or the abandoned pool, abandoned bucket. That should be eliminated.
Hmm.
Also from the drainage and also yeah, some plants are naturally collecting water because of the form of the stem or the form of the leaves, for example.
Yeah.
And maybe the solution for the specific standing water because that cannot be removed or cannot be filled with fish, we have a bacteria based solution. So
Oh
once
wow.
again bacteria based,
Wow.
which is kill only the mosquito larvae and leave the other animal life happy.
Oh, that's great. I didn't
Yeah,
know. Oh, that's great. And can you tell us briefly about this third section of your company, the
the biodiversity.
biodiversity?
Yeah, the idea of a biodiversity project is to collect and to find out the biodiversity information of the city
Hmm.
because especially in Indonesia the the data was came from 60, the year of 60, which is very old. and that's our goals, to provide the biodiversity data. I'm talking about the diversity of the plants, diversity of the animal like birds, butterfly, insect, and also the diversity of the creature that come from low tide area in the beach. And yeah, maybe we cannot imagine what's the importance of that data. This data may be important when there is a change in the environmental. For example, as we find issue regarding to the, say, river water, or the issue with the air pollution, this data will contribute, will help in many ways. They can give us a sign that there's something bad happen in our environment. That's for example.
Yeah.
But
So,
at the
so
same,
sorry, go on, go on.
so the, and also understanding the biodiversity also fun activity, because Bali is work for tourism, that
Yeah,
can be opportunity for tourism activity too.
yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
so you're saying that having a database allows you to see change over time, and if the change is abrupt, you can pinpoint where this comes from, and then if the change, if you want to stop this change, then you can always implement. Um, how do you say that? Um, Policy to get those organisms and those species back.
Yeah, that's the goal.
Mm.
So
Oh,
that's
good.
the point. So we need to have say the timeline data, like yearly data. So for example, say we observe the presence of some specific or some species of birds that every year they come,
Mm.
but in sometimes they not appear. That's a sign of something bad happen somewhere, or maybe in this specific area, say in Bali, for example. So that things can be bring into a regulation by government or by any stakeholder that yeah, can make something more valuable with that data
Yeah.
in the future.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah.
But yeah, at the moment we still have done anything yet regarding the urban biodiversity. This totally about technical matter and resource. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, I hope in the future soon I'm gonna start to collecting data by myself first, or by my team. So, and this a good opportunity for you guys to get involved and to learn about the biodiversity, to the environment,
Yeah.
and that would be a really nice experience for you guys.
Mm. Oh, that's very interesting. Yeah. So let's speak briefly about the possibility of visiting your site. So I'm not saying that all students. I don't know the COVID regulations if this is allowed, but it would be nice to visit your site so that they get experience with what composting is. Is
You,
that possible, Pak Buya?
that's 100% possible. So I'm in speaking with the kepala desa of the desa Buduk where the composting site located, and basically they are happy, but yeah, there's a limited. But they didn't mention how many people maximum on the facility yet. I will
Hmm.
find out and I'll let you know.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
yeah, 100% possible. So you guys can learn, especially for composting, and maybe you want to experience like moving organic waste pile to pile and fill the compost and see if there are any uh, black soldier fly larvae on the compost pile.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
there's a
And
lot of.
and just for the students, you all speak Bahasa, no?
Speak bahasa. Yeah, I'm Indonesian.
No, but I mean the students. I mean, do you guys speak Bahasa? Yes or no?
No.
Oh, good.
Sedikit.
Sadiki means a little.
Yeah, I'm the worst in Indo in my class, but I'll try, sir.
Yeah. No, but I mean you're much better than I am. Libby, you speak Bahasa? I can't hear you.
A little.
A little. That's perfect, probably. Portia, do you speak Bahasa?
No.
Zero. Nathan?
A little.
Come up. Avril? Of course, it's a stupid question. Pablo?
Yeah, it's just broken, but yeah, I can understand.
Yeah. And you also, Adi? Of course you can. You're Indonesian, Adi. I mean, I'm a silly person. You're Indonesian or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, there we have it. Rami, you've been here forever. Your Bahasa is perfect, obviously.
I'm decent.
Okay, so he's being it must be fantastic. Okay, so Pak Buya, I think they can survive with your colleagues. They can talk with them, no problem at all. And it would be nice if because last time I visited you, there were 2 university students studying biology and helping out. It's
Yeah.
nice if they can chat. I always talk with the students about this plan. I don't want to put too much pressure on them on that. So we have 11 students. If let's say 7 go, that's fine. I mean,
Yeah, maybe you can split into 2 groups.
yeah, that's also
It
possible.
will be perfect.
Yeah, it's also possible. And then I need to organize how the school feels about this. Yeah, cool. A last chance for questions from
Yeah.
Pakia, and then we'll wrap up. No questions? All right. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy day, and I enjoyed it. Yes. Oh, yeah. Last thing. I learned that composting doesn't produce methane, and when you just throw it on the landfills, it does. That's fantastic. And later on, in another time, you can explain to me how that works. I don't
Yes.
understand that. Okay, Pak Buya, thank you so much. Have a lovely day, and speak to you soon.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
everyone.
you. Bye-bye.
Bye. All right. Okay, let me turn off this recording and then give you guys 5 minutes break, and then we come back to the same class.